Yo, here is a Ornn versus Fiora guide. Truth to be told, there isn't really like an easy way to beat Fiora because Fiora is one of those champions quite similar to Ornn. Literally forces every matchup to be a skill matchup. One of the important things is to watch out for to not play on pattern. Also, let's see what I do when the game starts. So every single game you want to do this thing, especially against champions that are weaker early on and they want to pick up the first 3 minions with an AoE ability. So watch out what I do. Fiora has to leash obviously, and I auto attack a backline minion then walk away. Now what does this does? All three of these minions are basically auto attacking one minion, right? Which means one minion will be usually denied before the enemy top laner appears, which is usually really good against champions such as Irelia, perhaps Tryndamere. He doesn't get that many stacks, so this guy didn't lose the XP, of course, depends how fast the minion dies or how much the enemy champion leashes, but usually they lose the XP and the gold as well. Now, in here we can see I'm just last sitting, stacking up my grasp, but not hard pushing, I'm just maintaining my grasp. So here's the thing, she's a grasp user as well, and one thing about grasp, you need to auto attack minions to maintain it. You can't just have grasp and not maintain it, not keeping. Now I swing, and watch out, so she has 150 range, of course, auto range I have 175. After the auto attack, I walk back. The reason for that is she could auto attack and then Q through me and get the vital and perhaps wiggle in some direction where I may not be able to Q her because she's so fast. Now in here I Q her, I swing and I walk backwards as well. So it does not allow her to get the parry, the vital off, right? I swing again, I walk backwards, and now I know for a reason she Q started, which she obviously does, of course, um, and I'm keep maintaining my grasp. Auto swing again, sneak in as many auto attacks as you can, walk away. Now again, she wanted to do the same thing, basically. Now she got almost a good vital proc, it just didn't came up in time. I Q her, I walk away. You need to keep your spacing on. You want to auto attack trade into her when she has no grasp and you have grasp. If she auto attacks you and you auto attack her, and she gets a vital proc off that will heal her for 35, gives her some speed of course. So you want to have better auto attack traits than just I auto her, she heals off for auto attack, right? You want to have a grasp up and then swing in an auto attack as I did, right? Now she healed of course, but I dealt extra damage, so that healing gonna be a bit more diminishing, right? Healed a little bit as well of the trade. Now in here we can see I'm last hitting as much as I can. She's running low, she also has D-Blade. Some Fiora's gonna ego and go for D-Blade, lots of them will, which in general means that if you poke, they're gonna hurt her harder, of course. And in here I'm just basically last sitting, not much going on. I even will ward downwards because Nunu could just simply like get scanned the Krugs, then the Raptors, and he could just randomly turn back on top lane. So I actually went downwards on the Ribbon left a deep ward because there is a ward where he actually level 3 ganks me from Raptors, so just to avoid that bullshit, you know. And in here I keep going for heavy trades as much as I can so we can dive her with mastery, which I didn't really manage to do because I had to last it and she was positioning really defensively with parry up, so even in here I wanted to E and force an auto attack in, but I messed up my auto. So in general you wanna go for more heavy trades if you ever can. In there I spaced a bit incorrectly, I didn't punish her Q with my Q as well, that was a little bit misplayed by my part. Skip a little bit again, keep your spacing on, really important. Again Q. Alright, so in here we W and she has parry, right? Now one thing to watch out for, some Fiora's gonna like reactively parry and some Fiora's gonna think that you instantly gonna auto attack. So one thing you can do, you can auto attack and press the S button to cancel your auto attack, which usually baits their parry. You can also just pretend you're gonna auto her and walk either upwards or downwards, that can also bait people's parry. But this guy tried to predict the parry on me, and I even cancelled my auto in case it randomly hits me. Of course I think I was out of her parry range, but just to make it sure, cancel your auto attack with the S button and then auto attack her like this, because that 100% means that she won't parry you. I was like, maybe that randomly gonna hitbox me, so I decided to actually cancel that auto attack just for safety reasons. Now the wave is pushing towards me and I'm not in a big necessity right now to recall. I can keep my TP, I can build items because I'm Ornn, so I just allow her to slow push into me. Nunu could be around me as well. Now he's not here because of course my map mini map is revealed. I could also just turn it off just for more clarity, I guess. Yeah, my snowball is still there. Okay. So even in here, I cannot do much. I cannot contest her slope. I again cancel my auto attack because she parries, right? So this is one of the best ways to like bait her parry. Either auto attack her and click away quickly, or press S button up to your preference. I do both of them, but often I'm just gonna click away really quickly. Although you need to be fast, you know, like if you really wanna cancel an auto attack. So I would just preferably press S to make it easier. In here I just allow her to slow push. I mean, it's really hard to contest it even if she has no parry. I mean, it's just Fiora, right, with a bigger wave. So, you know, it's totally fine because you're gonna see us, right? If she's pushing, then that's okay. Even in here I cancel my auto attack, baiting the parry. Now I also work sideways because that will allow me to dodge the damage from her W, and if you guys didn't know, her W actually kinda hurts, like 110 damage, slows your attack speed for 50%, like damn, what a toxic ability. And in there I auto-attacked and my my W sadly expired. It just legit expired. So shit happens, but you shouldn't beat her, you know. Like in here you shouldn't even beat her or fight her, go into skill fights, because you want the wave just to shove into you, pick up everything under tower before Nunu ganks you or something. So you don't want to like go into heavy trades because Nunu could be topside, your jungler isn't, mine isn't, right? So in here you just want to simply allow her to push it in. You shouldn't even like necessarily go for trades as I do, you know, because you're risking to lose more and more HP till she either dives you alone or with Nunu. So you don't want to go for this type of risky plays as I do. But I'm such type of player that constantly fishes for fights, constantly fishes for outplays, because I like to play for laning phase, even though I play a champion that you should it's really a bonus on Ornn. Like you shouldn't ever win your lane. If you go even, that's perfect for you. If you go behind, that's also fine, because you're scaling really well on a even curve, right? You're scaling insanely well on an even curve. So against Fiora, there is no need to go for any type of desperation plays. Like you can go for consistent plays, but there is no reason to go for desperation plays because there are many champions such as Darius, uh, Fiora, what have you, this type of like early game oriented champions, right? But in late game team fights, they often cannot do much against the Ornn, right? So it's not really like a big necessity for you to like win lane. That's just always a bonus, right? So if there is something that you don't feel like you can outskill your opponent, then just don't, and that's fine. Like your gameplay with Ornn is not really about like if I win my lane, I win the game. It's not like that, because some bruisers are supposed to actually outskill you or beat you in lane. Therefore, your mission is just survive actually. Like all you have to do is just to survive with this champion. Anything else is just like a bonus, you know. Now maybe there are some few examples where you should beat your opponent in case your like teammates are inting, so you need to be a bit ahead on the curve to get like more cooldown, get those ults off, get those ganks off, right? But more than often you don't need to go into some type of desperation place, right? Now in here, same thing, I poke her, I W her as well, of course. Her HP needs to be chipped because Mastery is topside, I have ult up, I have Ignite up as well, right? So as much as you can chip the opponent's HP, whether it's Fiora, whether it's whatever, I don't care, just chip her HP. I think she thought the brittle was on and she parried nothing. So because she had no brittle, she had no Q. Now she had flash, but if she flashes, it's kind of hard for her to even get a flash anchor, right? I mean, it's she cannot really flash into me. I guess she could flash downwards if that would be an option for her. Um, but in here I just finish her off, I E her, and she just basically dies. Even got her flash and her ult. But usually it wasn't really consistent enough what I did. I could then wait for Mastery, because Fiora had flash up, and just like beat her with Mastery. That would be way more consistent. So aim to do that actually. I just try to pull an outplay on her. She held on her flash quite a lot. Maybe she could then like flash my ult or something. It's kind of hard in close range to know where Ornn will ult towards, right? Because I could then predict downwards as well. Time to time I actually do so, right? So it's sort of a game of guessing where the Ornn will actually ult. So flashing there could, not flashing there could actually be also correct in higher ranks where people are actually predicting time to time. So, but this Vera was sort of like slowly, and even in here cancel out the walk sideways, right? Or just click sideways up to your preference, right? And that's pretty much it. Like this is what you should aim to do in the early game, in the laning phase. I brought an early Bramble Vest. I'm not sure how worth it is actually. I just brought it just so. But it feels like after like she gets her level 6, like that anti-heal matters a bit more. just because her ultimate can heal her a lot. Now this guy also has grasp and some form of other type of healings like second wind and grasp and her passive. So I thought at this point of the game it might be worth to buy Bramble Vest, but I think it's still a little bit too early because all she will do is just get the vitals off, and I don't think so. Vital grasp, right? She cannot really all in you, so I think it's not really ideal to go for Bramble Vest yet. I think it's usually better to get anti-heal when she gets her divine, ideally, or she gets more levels, but I feel like she's too behind for me to get Bramble Vest. I just felt like buying it, honestly.